Hi, my name's Amanda. Thanks for joining me. I'm from Not on the Wall, and today we're going to be doing a video tutorial on how to make a macrame basket. I recently put an Instagram post on of a small planter basket that I had done last week, and somebody asked if I'd done a pattern. I hadn't, so I very quickly put this video together. I'm by no means an expert. I only took up macrame a couple of months ago during lockdown, so I'm still learning myself, so I apologise if there are any errors, but hopefully it should work out okay for you. It's really fun to do and they're very useful for lots of different things. So I've actually done two different sizes. The small basket, if you would like to try that, you can actually make it as a sleeve to cover a plant pot, but I will show you at the end of the video how to make a base. So if you want to use it for other reasons, like this one, I've made a base in here, so it's really handy for keeping lots of different things in. So without further ado, let's get started. For the small basket, you'll need a 5-inch, which is 13-centimeter ring. You'll need to cut 20 lengths of rope. Now, I used 6mm twisted cord rope, which was in natural. You can use whatever you want colour-wise, but it was a 6mm that I actually used. And I cut those into 120-centimeter lengths, which is 47 inches long, and then you will attach them to the ring. I'll show you in a short while with the lark's head knot. If you want to do the larger basket, you'll need a slightly bigger ring, the 6-inch ring, which is 15 centimeters in diameter. You'll need to cut 36 lengths of cord. It's the same cord, 6mm, and they need to be 150 centimeters long approximately, which is 59 inches. You will also need, for the base of the basket, a 20-centimeter circle cut out, either in some hard cardboard. I used flat cork sheet, and then I covered it with some faux leather that I had, but you could cover it in fabric or paper or anything that you wanted, as long as it's fairly secure. Okay, so by now you should have your lengths all cut at the ready and have your ring in place. You might want to do this on your knee to get started, but I prefer to have it tied onto the hanging rail, but it's whatever your preference is. So then you want to attach your lengths with the lark's head knot. I tend to, I don't know if you can see that, but I tend to put masking tape on the ends of the twisted cord to stop them fraying, because it's really easy for them to unravel when you're working with them quite a lot. So then you double over your length in half, and then you want to put that loop over the ring and attach a lark's head knot, which I'm sure you all know what that is, but you just want to create that loop there and pull those two pieces through, and there you have it. So you want to add all the lengths onto the ring, so we'll just do one more of those. So pull those lengths through, put the ring over the loop over the ring rather, pull those two lengths through, and one more, open the loop, pull the two lengths through, and there you have your lark's head knots. So you want to continue that all the way around the circle till that's completely full. You will have a slight gap when you come to the end, but you need a little bit of maneuverability, otherwise it becomes too bulky. So next you want to do your lark's head knots, which will go all the way around the circle again. So you want a leading cord. So this is your leading cord, and it needs to keep nice and snug to this line here. So take the cord underneath, put it over the leading cord, pull it through that loop, and then pull it tight and pull it upwards so it's nice and straight. And then you want to do that a second time across the leading cord, pull it underneath the leading cord through that loop, and then pull it nice and tight and nice and straight so it's pointing upwards. This cord can then hang over the rail to the side so it's out of the way. Then you take your next cord underneath, put it over the leading cord, pull it through, and then pull it nice and tight. Then you're just going to work your way around the circle. Okay, so you should have done one complete round of double half hitch knots on the first row. Now you'll see this is an empty ring with just the lark's head knots, but I thought this might be easier to demonstrate for row 2. It sounds complicated, but it's not. But for this row only, we need to reduce the number of knots because it would be too bulky going around the ring. So if you're doing the small basket, you need to reduce it by every other one. So you're alternating between a double half hitch knot and a single half hitch knot. So let me show you. So if you're doing the small basket, you're going to do one lot of doubles. So that's 1, 2. So that's a double half hitch knot. Then the next one is a single, a single. So then the next set is a double, a double, then the next one is a single. So if you look at the lark's head knot, so that's 1 and 1. So it's each lark's head knot, so you've got 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, 1 single. Let's just try that again. So a double, so you do 2 knots on the same piece. So on this particular lark's head knot, that's the second double. So then on the next set you do a single. So that's 1, then take the next string and do 1. Then on the next lark's head knot you're going to do a double. So this one is a double, so that's 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you need to do a single again. So a single and a single, and then you just repeat that all the way around for row 2. Okay, so if you're doing the large basket, there are a couple of things you need to know for row 2. The first one is that we need to reduce down the number of knots on the second row, and the last 6 knots, just in case I forget, the last 6 knots are all double half hitch knots. However, for the rest of the row 2, we're going to do sets of 4 double half hitch knots and then 1 set of single. So it's 4 sets of double, so that's 1, then 2 is the second set, then 3, the third set, then 4, so that's 4 sets, and then 1 set of singles, so that's just 1 knot. Then go on to the next rope and do 1 knot, and then we're back to 4, so another set of 4 double half hitch knots. So that's 1, 2, 3, third set, and then that's the third set, and then the last set, set 4. I'm not doing these very neatly, and then you're back to a single set, so the next set is 1, and then the next one is 1, and then you're back to the 4th set. So all the way around you're going to do a set of 4, then 1 set of 1 singles, then a set of 4, then a set of singles, then a set of 4, then a set of singles. Then the last 6 knots that you're going to do, they're all going to be doubles. So the last 6 will be all doubles. Okay, so you should now have gone all the way around with the double half hitch knots, and your piece should look something like this. Okay, so what you should be left with is a little gap here where the 2 sides meet. So rather than leaving this open, we want to get that nice and snug. So if you take the left hand side cord, you're going to loop that round the back of the ring, and then so that should make a little loop here. Hopefully you can see that okay. You're going to bring this over and you're going to put the end through that little loop here. So pull it tight like that. Then this one here on the right, you're going to take that behind the ring, and then you're going to pop it through its own loop so that it will sit a bit like a lark's head knot on the ring, like that. Okay, then we're going to do a little double half hitch knot there, just to keep that nice and tight. to make the base for the big basket, which is this one, you need to cut a piece of cork or hard cardboard or something similar like that to fit into the base of the basket. To do that, you can draw around a plate or something that will fit. So you want something that fits in really snugly into the side. You don't want something that just fits into the perimeter, you want something that comes right out to the edges of the basket so that it's nice and secure. So what you'll need to do is, you can use any kind of strong glue. I've got some spray glue here because I'm going to spray on some faux leather that I have. This blue, so I'm going to put this blue onto here. I'm just going to let that dry in a little bit, and then you want to place that over the cork and then smooth it down, and then allow that to dry. And then at least you've got a nice colourful base for the basket. And if you want to, on the bottom, I didn't have much of this, so I've just cut a smaller piece. This, because on the bottom it's slightly narrower, that will just show through on the bottom if the basket was turned over. So we'll put a little bit on there. You don't have to use leather, but you could use something like sticky back plastic, which you can get from most local hardware stores. You could even paint it. You could paint the cork if you wanted to. You could even put some fabric. You could glue some fabric onto the cork. That would be another option. And then you want to pop that into the middle. I've accidentally put glue all over there, but never mind. So we'll just let that dry, and then we can pop that into the basket.